Hey guys, ILene Vick here for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. It is Thursday, June 13th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I am live. It is week 24, of 2024, and in my neck of the woods, it is currently 84 degrees with a high of 87 and a low of 59. Welcome to my broadcast. I'm here for the next 3 hours for coloring, companionship, chat, friendship, giggles and laughs, and of course, our pictures and teaching the what, the how, and the why of adult coloring. Remember guys, this group is an emotional refuge. We are united through coloring. Isn't that wonderful? Welcome to my Facebook peeps who come in and chat. Oh, I'm sorry. YouTube peeps who come in and chat with me. That is always enjoyable. Welcome to my YouTube peeps who watch this broadcast after the fact. And welcome to my Facebook peeps who will see this broadcast when I download it to my group Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. All right. Emily, hello. Darla, hello. Maggie, happy Thursday, happy Thursday, happy Thursday, happy Thursday to one and all. Emily, all right. Mamie. Hi, Darla. All right. Emily, I think you're right. That is the longest one you've ever done. Woohoo. All right. So, I normally do 2 projects in an evening. The first one is a buddy color, which I make available to you so you can color with me. It's like having a one-on-one with me. Oh, there we go. Emily. So, this is from my book, Be a Mermaid and Make Waves Jubilee. We are rapidly closing in on our mermaid. I think she's turning out beautifully, and I'm so proud of you guys that are posting. Dorothy. Hello, Dorothy. Alright, the next picture that I'm doing is from Country Autumn. Yeah, Country Autumn by Coloring Book Cafe. Worked on the Golden Retriever. Don't have too much more to do. Worked on the sky. Got the fence, got the grass. We can call this one done. And then, my third project, hi Stephanie. You guys have been asking for this. So, a while back, I did the compass. And you guys have been wanting to know when I'm going to do the companion project, which is the anchor. So we'll start working on that if I get that far. Alright, so Imagimorphia, Kirby Roseanne's Dig It Out. Yeah, I may do it in silvers. Yeah, yep. And then we'll scruff it up a little bit to make it look like it's worn. You guys really went nuts when I did this compass. So we'll play with that. All right, let me quit yakking here. Let's get back to the subject at hand. Let me get my paper towel. And my scratch sheet. Guys, don't forget to hit that like button, please. My regulars normally come in and hit that when they come in. Hello, Jolly. Maggie, you're on kiddo duty. Okay. All right. So I'm going to work in the upper left-hand corner. Now remember, I've been showing you guys how to make the eye lead down across your page. We've got that with our light colors. We've got it with our blues. So let's keep going here. So guys, how was your day today? Win, lose, or draw? I'm going to say draw for me. Oh, Maggie says when Russ, her grandson, passed the swimming certification for Scouts. Ooh. Emily, draw. Darla, draw. Dorothy, tell us about your win. Okay. Then I'm going to pull in my medium because we need to separate our leaves a little bit. Hello, Sandy Crawford. Well, Sandy, given that I love my peeps so much, I always ask them how they're doing. And so that's why I asked if your day was a win, meaning something really good happened, a lose, or a draw. All right, so there's our medium. And then I'll come in with my dark. Oh, Dorothy, you got your Sleepy Tots Jubilee today. Ooh! Yay! So, Sandy, win, lose, or draw? Dorothy, I hope you're glad that you bought it. All right. Here's another portion that I'm going to make our goldish brown. Oh, Maggie says she will be. It's super cute. Uh-oh. Pencil broke. All right. Well, I guess I'm just going to color with a little stump then. Linda, there you are. The three amigos. Uno, dos, tres. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Wally. Now, let's work that gold all the way down. Michelle, how are you doing? All right, notice how I'm expanding this gold? Linda, tell us how your grandson's doing. Michelle's doing good, wants to know how I am. I'm doing great. Hello, kitty. Oh man, check out how cool that's looking. Alright, and then I'm going to come in with a darker gold. Now again, notice how I'm bringing down that darker gold a little further than what the image calls for. I'm bringing it down in between my spines. Lots of contusions. After swelling goes down, he has to go see a specialist to see if any breaks or fractures. He was so lucky. Totaled his bike and smashed into a car. Oh. Brings up memories when Dorothy's grandson Noah crashed his bike as well. Okay guys, check out the darker gold. Yeah, Linda, I'm sure that brought up some very bad memories for you. Oh, Dorothy, it'll be a year, July 1st. Okay, notice how neat this corner looks. See? Now, I'm going to bring in a brown. I'm going to start with my dark in the upper left-hand corner. This is my dark of my dark, medium, and light. Hello, Angela. All right, so there's my dark. There's Thomas. Hi, Thomas. Here's my medium. Linda, do you know the specifics of the accident? Did someone cut him off? Did he lose control? What happened? Okay, and then I'm going to bring in a light brown. Okay, Thomas. Oh, he was trying to pass the guy, and the car turned in front of him. Oh. All right, here's my light brown. So we have a light, a medium, and a dark brown. All right, Sandy, thanks for stopping by. I hope it works out that you can come back. Nighters, good night. Okay. Now I'm going to move over to next to her head. This area in here that we did above. Again, here's my dark brown. All right, Darla, thank you. Now, I want you to take your dark brown and we're going to go in between these leaves a little bit right here. And that'll give us some dimension. And then, as I sometimes do, I'm going to go to my light brown because I'm in such a dark area. Even though it calls for medium. And notice that I'm putting that medium inside of this little crook here. Okay, medium. And then our light. Now, we have a little bit of an area just down here where our red is. So I'm going to go with my dark brown here. Everybody see where I am. If you have any questions, ask. And then I've got my dark brown in this area right here. All right, let me pull out so you can start to see this. Or so you can see it. Check out how that brown now is really bringing out dimension to these pieces. Okay, now we have quite an area here to the right, and I'm going to work my dark brown over here, my light, medium, and dark. But before I do that, I've got some greenery here. So I'm going to get my light green and we're going to go ahead and define these. So right by the curl of her hair here, we need to pull in this green. Now I'm just going to work with my light green and I'm just using it to define where my pieces are. How pretty is that? Now I've got a little area here. This should be purple. I'm going to go back and take care of that later on. But I am going to go ahead and use my lightest color and put in my base color. All right. Let's continue with our green. Oh, okay, Thomas, sounds good. All right, upper right hand corner. And I think we've got our greenery here. Okay. Now, I'm going to come back with my brown. Let me pull out so you can see this effect. All right. Now I'm going to come back with my brown. Thank you, Jolly. Now, again, for those of you that are new, we can get you this image, and you can catch up by watching the videos. All right. So now I've got my darkest brown. And we're going to start coloring that in. Now, people always ask me, should I color dark grayscale? Darla, welcome back. And the answer is yes. You should absolutely color dark grayscale. And you should color black grayscale unless you are specifically leaving it black. Darla, I'm in the upper right-hand corner of the piece. And I'm going to sneeze. Hold on. Oh, excuse. Of course, then you know I'm going to have to use a tissue in a minute. Oh. Thank you, Thomas. Okay, back to my purple in the upper right-hand corner. Here's my dark purple. I'm going to go back on that little branch here and catch that up. Hold on, guys. Okay, tissue. All right. And then I've got my lightest purple, which is my reddish purple. To finish blending that out. Okay. Now, back to my browns. Again, because this area is so dark, instead of going with my medium, I'm going to go with my light brown. All right. No, Thomas, I don't have a cold. It's just normal sneezing. I still think it's because somebody comes in and I'm sneezing because of their perfume. All right. Don't forget to turn your pencil. Now, I'm going to go back over that with my dark brown because I want to knock that color down just a little bit. In other words, I'm still doing my shading and shadowing. I want you guys to get so comfortable with your pencils that if you see that you need to change up one of your colors a little bit, you have no problem using your 3-color blend to change it up. Okay. Now I've got an area in here. Let me get back on camera, of course. We've got this little vertical area in here. And right here that I'm going to shade in brown. And I'm going to go to the right. This is all with my darkest brown at the moment. And notice that as I start to incorporate this brown into this darker area, that is causing my greens now to become more prevalent. Now this time I'm going to go with my medium brown because I want that darkness to be more apparent. And notice how this whole area here now is starting to pop up. All right, let me pull out. Let's get a lay of the land here. Okay, Thomas, thank you. So what do you think so far? Look how beautifully everything is coming together. I love it when a plan comes together. Okay. Now I've got a little bit of a brown area right here. These are my two brown verticals. I've got a little bit of a brown area right here. So there's my dark. And then I'm going to come over to my right. There's my dark. Good night, Angela. And then my medium. Now I need to slide back up a little bit. I'm going to go to the right of the stem of this flower. And I'm actually going to continue that in brown. So here's my dark. We've got these little vein things. You're so vain. You probably think this song is about you. Okay, so there's my dark. And then my medium. Wait a minute. Let me put my, okay, yeah. Medium. Nice soft blend over that dark. Don't pile drive your pencil. And look how pretty that is. Okay. Then I'm going to scooch down to the right hand side. I'm going to go into the eye here and I'm going to make that my browns. So there's my dark. Here's my light. And here's my medium. And then I'm going to go over to the left and use my medium and we'll get some dimension on this. And I'm going to pop in a little bit of my dark just to define this eye a little better. I'm sorry, not the eye, but this I'm calling it a nostril. Finger blend. Soften this up. Well, hi, Julie. And let's go ahead and take my brown, my darker brown, and sharpen. Hold on, gotta go to my hand sharpener. And highlight this little ridge here. And I added just a little bit extra there. And then I'm going to come up over the top here. Very light strokes until we decide the intensity of the pencil that we want. Finger blend. Soften that up. And then our ridge right here. And then I'm going to go around the outside of this eye with my darkest pencil. And I'm going to come out a little bit from it, from the outside. Check out how vivid our eye looks. And then I'm going to take this darkest brown and come down in between my plant a little bit. All right. Now let's go ahead and detail our other side of this a little bit. I still have my darkest brown. And by going on either side of this, that creates a ridge. And then up the side. And then at the top, I want to define these horizontal lines a little more. And notice how I'm blending those out. And I'm going to take that blending down the side. And look how dimensional we got all of a sudden. All right, let me pull out. What do you think? Okay. Now, I'm taking my darker brown, darkest brown, and on the other side, I'm going to again shade and shadow around that plant. And then I'm going to move down on the right hand side. And this area here underneath our little fish skeleton, right below it where I've got this blue, let's go ahead and do our dark, medium, and light brown. And don't forget to get your little areas here directly underneath this jaw. Now on this plant, I'm going to highlight my veins with my darkest, and I'm going to make sure too that I get in between these little plants. Then I'm going to use my medium brown And look how beautiful now that's looking. Now I've got a little bit of light brown here. And then back with my medium. And then I'm going to bring that brown down here. You've got that little bit of yellow here. Be sure to turn your pencil and scooch your brown in between here. And I'm going to put a little brown on there, dark brown. Check it on the edges. And in between this red, we'll put our brown in there as well, and that's going to give it dimension. Guys, do you see why I'm doing the things that I'm doing? All right, one more area of brown, and then I'm going to work on our dog picture. And that way I should be able to get to Kirby Roseanne's as well. Okay, up by our coral here. Dark brown. Who's coloring this with me tonight? Okay, now we need to scooch that darkest brown in between our coral here. Now I'm also going to take my darkest brown and pop that into the coral up here. And then I'm going to come in with my medium brown. Linda, you're doing a cupcake picture from Potpourri Jubilee Volume 1. Okay. Okay, medium brown. Notice how I'm defining in between my blue. We want this to look ferny. Is that a word? Okay, medium brown on top of our dark brown lines. We want this tiny fur to look ferny as well, so I'm going to bring my brown in between. It gives it that wispy look. Guys, what's the D word here? And the answer is detail. Okay. One more area of brown. This area right here. And then our medium brown. Okay. Now I've got one little area that I got a little carried away with my red. So I'm going to erase that. All right, let me pull out so you can see the whole effect of this. Now, we've still got brown to do on the other side of the mermaid. But I want you to see how beautiful this is looking. Questions? Look how cool that brown is making this whole piece look now. Okie dokie. Next project. Country Autumn Coloring Book Cafe. Last night we played around with some clouds. We don't have too much more to go on this. So if you have this book, and if you're coloring with me, we're going to pull out a light, medium, and dark brown. Now, before I do that, Darla, good night. Sweet dreams, sweetie. Jolly, I'm going to be coloring out a Magimorphia. Okay. Now, before I do that, however, two things. I'm going to clean this up a little bit. And then I'm going to draw in some features on this fence. Now, 98% of coloring people would not do anything with this fence other than color it. But we are not 98%. We are not 99%. We are the 1% that does something special. So I'm going to start on the right hand side. And I'm going to take my number 5 pen. And I'm actually going to change to my micro pen. That's a little darker than what I want, a little thicker. And I'm going to put a hole in that fence. Now, if you recall, this is the fence that I extended my lines because my printer does not print all the way to the edge. Now I'm also going to add a few more divots and holes. Check it out. Remember guys, don't be afraid to draw on your images. All right, and then, now I'm just waiting for this to dry here, and then I'm going to add a break in the fence, a little rotting part up at the top here. All right, let's add a few more horizontal lines here. I'm in the upper left-hand part of this fence. Now, I'm going to take a light blue pencil And I'm going to color this blue, which is the shade of my sky, and that's going to make it look like we have a complete hole here. Now we can go ahead and do this in another spot. But I want you to notice that I'm making that hole look ragged. And then I'm going to come in with my light blue. And we'll add that in as well. Now, notice I can't make a hole up here because I've got this line, I'm stuck with it. But that's okay because I'm just going to make it a rough knot. Everybody see how I'm doing all this? And then I'm going to come in with my light, medium, and dark brown. I'm coming in with my light first. And then we'll color our second panel here. And then we'll move over here. Yeah, no, Imagimorphia, Jolly. Welcome back, Thomas. Okay. Now, we've got some wood pieces that are apparently laying on the ground. So I'm going to put a little bit of Payne's Gray on there. Notice I'm not filling it in. And then I'm going to put my lightest brown over that. All right. Let's take a look at what we've got. Check it out. Now, blender pencil. Very lightly. We don't want to smear our ink. Thomas, I'll show you the mermaid in a moment. All right. Thomas, this is how much of the mermaid we got done so far. Okay. Darkest brown. Now, don't come in gangbusters with your dark brown. Thank you, Thomas. Melinda. Thumb number 15. Okay, then my dark brown here on my little divot. Oh, it's wonderful. Thank you for telling me. And notice how I'm taking that darkest brown and I'm circling that hole. Now, why would you do that? Because when you have a hole in the wood, the inside of the wood is exposed to the elements and you're going to get that rotting. So my Linda, did you put it in your frame? Okay. Now let's go ahead and work on our little divots here. Well, my Linda, as you can see, I packaged it carefully. I put it in a sleeve and then put protective cardboard around each side. Or not cardboard, but cardstock. Oh, good. It came in perfectly. Excellent. So, my Linda, did you see my little heart on the outside of the envelope? Okay, Payne's Gray. I'm going to darken in the edge of these curves. Yeah, and the reminders to the postman. Yeah, please do not bend. Okay, notice the vertical shading here. Okay, and then I'm going to move to the right-hand side here. Check out how I'm randomly shading. Check out how I'm adding the darker brown coming off of the hole. And check out how I'm using a little bit of Payne's Gray. And we're going to darken that. My Linda, absolutely you can post it in the group. Yeah, just tell the story behind it that you purchased it from me. Of course, reference the book. Yeah, my Linda already had the frame picked out before she got it. Okay. Now, let me pull out. Now, this area here looks a little too light. You see that? It doesn't fit. So, I'm going to take my medium brown and I'm going to very lightly go over it. Check it out. Excuse me. My Linda, what kind of frame did you put it in? Now I'm going to come back with my dark and darken up a little bit right here at the top. I don't want to lose that area where that extra piece of wood is. And I'm actually going to use my Payne's Gray. Miss Kitty, good night. Well, no, I was just wondering if you could describe the frame. Thomas, no. Vicky isn't able to walk very well, so she can't really go out on walks. Okay. And a little bit of shading here. Get that just a little bit darker. Okay. Check it out. Now, to me, this looks a little bit off because we don't have any clouds near this fence. So I'm going to erase in a little bit of a cloud near the bottom. And I want you to think about things like that. Now again, I'm using my handheld eraser because it gives me that slightly rougher edge on the clouds. You can use electric, just be sure that you get the effect that you want. Okay, now I'm also going to put in a little bit of cloud behind this wagon wheel, but lower. Now this cloud right here looks a little flat to me, so I'm just going to round that up a little bit. Now when you erase in cloud, be sure that you leave a little bit of blue in between where you erase it. Otherwise it isn't going to look real. Okay. Now I'm happy with that. See how I have a little bit of blue in the center here? It makes it look more realistic to have that color in between. See how we have the blue right here? Okay. Any questions about how I'm doing these clouds? And yes, they do look very real. Okay. Jolly, did you get your pens yet? Now, I'm going to come in and I'm going to ink in a little bit more grass. Your clouds always look like you stood across the room and threw cotton balls at the picture. Okay, so I'm going to pop in some more grass here. And we're going to put a little over here in the corner. Guys, I want you to start marking in your books. It's not hard. Oh, I knew what you meant on the ink pens. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying that. All right. Anybody have any questions about drawing in their books? Now, Jolly, you just got to let it dry. Okay. Now, the author or the artist drew in these boards. I wish they had left it to be just normal pathway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some grass in between. Our boards here. I think that looks much better. We have to find a way to distinguish this ground between the fence. Now, let me show you how to draw this grass. It's really easy. And I want you to practice this, guys. All you have to do is swish up some lines. See how I'm doing that? Any questions? Take 2 seconds and do this with me while you're watching. Now, I asked you guys a question earlier, is what makes our coloring stand out? The answer starts with a D, detail. Now, I've got to come in with a different brown because we've got our fence and our golden retriever to think about. So I'm going to look for a very light brown. And actually the color that I'm going to be using is a Faber-Castell copper color. So I'm going to use that as my base color on these boards. That point fell out. Hold on. Let me hand sharpen this little puppy. Now I've got to do a little bit of vertical coloring here, so I'm just going to do little circles. You get near their edge. There we go. Just don't let it show up. All right. Now, using the same pencil, because I don't want to introduce any more colors in this area, I'm going to come back and I'm going to shade in my creases and my boards. And then if I need to come back lightly and get that to be nice and uniform, I'm just going to darken these light areas just a little bit. I want that to look rough. Finger blend. All right. Now I'm going to come in with my green. And we're going to start greening up these little pieces of grass. Take it easy, nice and light. You can even add a little more with your green pencil if you like. And then I'm going to carry that green to my grass. This is the stuff that I drew in. And then we'll go in between our puppy here. Now, I'm going to bring that green up on that pumpkin. I think that looks cool. See how I'm doing that? And then we'll get our grass on the other side here. And again, I'm going to bring that green up on the pumpkin. Now, you should know by now that I'm not going to color with just the one green, right? I'm going to come in with a darker green. Details, guys, details. Are you guys tired of me saying that? Darker green. Notice that I'm not coloring the previous green or covering. And also notice that I'm using my darker green and hitting my lines a little more. And by that I mean, see how I'm just coloring on the lines. Much better, more realistic. And of course, don't forget to turn your pencil. Okay, Maggie, thank you. Okay. Here's where we are so far. Now, I'm going to take my tufts of grass and I'm going to add a little bit of brown underneath them. I'm actually using the same copper brown that I used on that walkway. And what that's going to do is it's going to make this look like it's more like tufts of grass coming up on dirt. And I like the look. Now, if you want to add green around it, that's fine. But my job is to show you these alternate ways to color things. Now, make sure that your area is smooth. See how I'm filling in these little white gaps? And you also see that I'm coloring my brown over my grass while I'm filling this in. All right, let me pull out for a moment so you can see how this looks. I've got to do this upper area and then we can call this done. A little bit of a finger blend over here on this walkway. All right. One more section here. And notice that I'm doing this a little bit darker than this area up here. Okay. I'm prepared to call this done. Miss Stephanie, good night. Questions, comments? Do you feel comfortable coloring something like this? I'm just playing around with the fur now a little bit. Stephanie, I'm going to be starting my Kirby Roseanne's Imagimorphia. Oh, Stephanie, good. I'm just making, oh, I said I'm going to start my Imagimorphia. That's my Kirby Roseanne's. Okay, I'm just smoothing out this fur a little bit. Now I'm into tweak mode here. All right, guys, calling this one done. I think we are in really good shape with this. Okay. I'll spray this off camera. That way I can start up my next book. Alright, I really gotta quit messing with this. Next piece. Imagimorphia. How many of you have this book? It's an oldie but goodie. Kirby Roseanne's, of course. And as I'm sure you guys will recall, because obviously it's right in front of you, I did the compass, and a bunch of you asked me then to do the anchor. Oh, jolly, that's good. I think I'm going to pull this page right out. And I'm going to pull this page out. Oh, Thomas, that's cool. All right. I'm going to start my anchor out with silver. Now, I'm going to use a metallic silver. And I'm going to use it as my base color, and then we'll go ahead and put the aging on top of it. I think we'll have a lot of fun with this. Now, if you don't have a metallic silver, then use a nice gray. Well, Thomas, pulling my pages out of the book is the only way that I can put them in a protective cover once I've colored them. I like to put my images in a protective sleeve. How many of you that are watching pull your pages out of your books? This is going to look really cool. Jolly, you pull yours out? Also, I have to pull out pages in order to copy them on my printer copier. Maybe you have not, but a lot of the paper pages you color, you have on cardstock. Excellent. Now, notice how I'm taking my time to get a good coverage on this because this is our base color. Exactly, you put them in a protective cover. Yep. Jolly, are you copying your images? You're copying your images onto cardstock, aren't you? Okay. Yeah, not this one. Yeah, this one has already the thicker pages from Kirby Roseanne's. This one does not need to be copied onto cardstock. Not to mention that this is an odd size book, so it's really not set up to copy it on an 8.5 by 11 copier. All right. Hey Sandy, welcome back. Let me pull out, I'll show you what I started. This is Kirby Roseanne's Imagimorphia. If you have the book, grab it, color with me. And I finished Country Autumn. Put some holes in the fence. I think it turned out pretty well. Okay. And of course, when you were first here, I was working on the mermaid page. Thank you, Sandy. All right. Now notice how this is starting to beautifully define this page. And this is exactly what I mean When you're coloring a page like this, if you're not sure what to do with it, start with the familiar. And by the familiar, I mean the obvious. Thomas, no, I don't pull out my pages from the Disney book. One of the reasons is because it's got a coloring guide on the other side for the next image. Linda, you usually pull your page out? Yep. Now, we've got to be careful along the bottom here and making sure that we distinguish what is anchor and what is other stuff. And I'm going to stop right there, a little bit below the skull, until I figure out what's going on down here. You got to look at the rest of the anchor and see where the flow is of the metal. All right. Jolly, while you're doing this, take your time. And anybody else who's coloring this with me, don't forget to turn your pencil when you lift it. All right. Check out how this is looking already. Well, Thomas, first of all, it's not exactly quote unquote ripping the pages out of the book. It's just removing the pages from the book. So, Thomas, how do you store your pages? Do you put a protective finish on them with the Krylon fixative? Jolly, how are you doing on this? Sandy, the only time you pull your pages out of a book is to frame them. You love displaying them. Yeah. Oh, this is going to be a beautiful piece. All right. Okay, one more little segment here. Okay, Sandy, I didn't know that there's a fixation for colored pencils. Why is one needed? Oh, different brands, different colors, different feel for the pencils. The smell of pencils when you open a new box. Somebody help me explain the fixation for colored pencils. I've really never been asked that question before. Jolly, I'm glad you're excited about working in this book. Yeah, I love trying new pencils as well. Okay. Now, we just have to make sure that our metallic pencil is nice and smooth. It's like opening a new box of crayons when you were a kid. Yeah, exactly. And sticking your nose in the box to smell the wax. Oh, Sandy, you were asking for, a fixative? Oh, you weren't asking about pencils. Okay, I gotcha. All right. I'm sorry, I misread your question. Okay. This is Krylon Workable Fixative. Thank you, Mamie. And it's number 1306. It protects pencil, pastel, chalk drawings, prevents smudging and wrinkling, allows easy rework, acid-free, archival safe. So, what you do is you spray this over a finished piece and it protects the pencil from smudging, getting dirty. I always use this. So I will be spraying the fixative over my dog picture. So take a screenshot of this. Be sure you get number 1306 if you get it. And if you guys want to wait a second, Let me grab my autumn picture here. You're going to hear a little bit of clacking. You got to shake it up really well. Now, when I'm shaking this stuff, I turn the can. So in other words, I'll shake it and turn, shake it. Okay. So give me 2 seconds here. All right, hold on, I got the bottom. Okay, this is sprayed. And you can see the shine on it. It's got to dry. That will dry to a matte. And what this does is it protects the page from smudging. And when I go ahead and put this stuff in my picture in sleeves, which I do, and then in my notebook, it also protects it from that as well. And then after I put the fix stiff on it, of course, I'll put my initials and date. Okay guys, I am calling it an evening. Please be sure to click that like button. Let me turn my hands. There we go, we can do it this way. How many coats are normal to use? I sweep spray it a couple times, so I'll sweep it and then I'll sweep it one more time. You'll get a feel for it. Okay guys, this is ILene Vick for Teaching About Coloring with ILene Vick. Guys, joyous, joyous coloring. And it dries very quickly, it really does. Did I answer everybody's question? So we got the dog, we worked on our mermaid. Not much more to do on this background, and then she won't take long at all. And then we're starting our Kirby Roseanne's picture, which is our anchor. Lots of neat stuff going on. Guys, love you. Thanks for being here. Love on each other. That's what we're known for. Again, please click that like button. And I'm also asking you to share this broadcast to your timeline. Sandy, I can give you the affiliate link for the fix tip if you're interested. Just send me a message on Facebook, Messenger. Okay, guys, take care. Love ya. Till next time. Bye.